welcome. That's right. Let me cut the music off. Let me cut this music off, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Welcome to the TMF podcast. Listen, I'm your host, T Staples, and guess who I got on the line today? I got some great guests on the line today. I'm joined by who we got?
Hey, what it do? It's your girl, Alona Boo.
Okay, and
It's the world traveler, Dr. Buddy Lee.
The world.
how are you, Dr. Buddy? Yeah, he world traveling. Actually, I got you today, Dr. Buddy. I'm traveling today.
I know.
Listen, so for all y'all watching and listening, we'll bring you all these messages from our mouths to your mind. So if you feel our show us how you feel by leave us a comment in the description below. So and subscribe. Hit that bell if you're on YouTube, by the way, so you get notified when a new episode's drop. Let me back up. Hold on, I got my joint. I'm all in this joint. Let me back up. How about that? Now I don't look like a big old potato head. There we go. I gotta get my chest right. Okay. So look, matter of fact, let me do this. Help my life out. Boom. Let's switch it up like that. There we go. There you go. Fix my life. All right. So so subscribe if you want to guys get notified. Hit that bell if you're on YouTube, and then all my Instagram fam. You know what I'm saying? We only on for an hour, so I'm just letting y'all know right now. Instagram will cut off an hour. If you want to continue to listen to what we got saying, come to YouTube. The TMF podcast is TMF podcast. TMF podcast. I don't have a link for y'all. Wait a minute. Do I got a link for y'all? I don't think I got a link for y'all right now. I may. Let me see. Do I got a brand link? I do not have a brand link in there, so we're gonna get that right for the next time. But you know what I'm saying? But
so for everybody on Instagram, we'll just post it later.
Matter of fact, if one of y'all want to grab it out for the YouTube, it's just the YouTube channel. So just grab that bad boy, throw it in the Instagram comments, because in less than an hour now, it's gonna cut off. Let me see. Matter of fact, I didn't even check to see is Instagram on. Did one of y'all check and see if it's popping? It should be popping. It should be popping right now. Yeah, we should be hot. We should be hot and fire. Let me see. I'm gonna just check real quick. Let's see if I can check. Yeah, we popping. It's popping on Instagram. So y'all check it out. IG should be hot and fire. You know what I'm saying? Our phone got too many notifications going on. But listen, like I said before, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually coming to y'all live from Dominican Republic. I'm in Punta Cana, y'all. What's up, man? My turn to lead the country. Dr. Traveling Buddy Lee. Dr. Traveling Buddy Lee.
Well, congratulations. And then I'm back. That's funny.
Back home?
So he back in the States.
Yeah.
What you doing? So when you get back?
Friday.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so you just got back Friday. Okay, so all right,
Yeah.
boom. I'm trying to hit this little layout button, but I guess it ain't working. Oh, I can hit it right here. Actually, you know what? Boom. Because you know what I'm saying? Oh, I got it. It did work. Okay, boom. So check this out. Before we get started, today we got a good show for y'all. We're gonna talk Insecure, episode number 2. We're gonna talk Jada, Will, what the hell? I don't even know what the hell is going on with that, but we're gonna rehash some things so y'all kind of catch up and see where we at. But before we do that, I just want to know, okay, first, y'all want to see the room? Y'all want to y'all get a little tour of the room? I mean, I guess I could do that for y'all since we're here. Hold up, I got a little tour for y'all. I'll give y'all a little tour. How about that? I put something together earlier today when I first dropped in, and I'm gonna see if I can do this. We're gonna try. We tried all. This is new for us, so we're gonna try all this out live. I'm gonna invite this person. Nope, I don't invite them. I want to add them to the stream. Oh, I made it to Punta Cana. I'm here. As you can see, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But I'm about to go into my room right here at the Royalty and give you a nice little wristband. You can't take this off. Let me show you what it look like in here. Let's go inside. Yeah, buddy. Is the video playing smooth for y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and show you everything because I don't know why people don't show you everything, but I'm gonna show you everything. So you got the bathroom right up front. Got your phone, your tissue, whatever. And then right next to your toilet is your tub, a jacuzzi tub. Well, nice little seat in it and the whole nine.
You got the double sinks, which is really nice. Oh, I got a scale down there. Make sure you check your weight. Okay. You see that? And then a nice walk-in rain shower, double rain shower head, as you can see, with the little, wash bar there. All your little soaps and amenities and the little seat if you're getting your freak on, I guess. I don't know. You just want to sit down or maybe this is what do they call it? Maybe this is a handicap accessible. I don't know, but it's nice.
Oh, it's a
right up front, you got like a little some drawers. I don't know if you guys unload and put your clothes up when you come in, but I tend to.
See, they got that soft clothing.
Nice closet. I threw the door back. Oh, with an umbrella. That's a nice touch. Okay. They got the umbrella. Let's see what's on the other side. Hold this door back.
Look, I care about the umbrella. I ain't think about this.
That's what probably was holding the door was the safe. This safe door probably got in the way. Okay, extra little linens and things. Then you come in and you got a nice little sleep. Now what's crazy is the room I booked for this trip did not include this. When I got here, I got a complimentary upgrade through my Marriott Bonvoy. So what it gave me is kind of this separation. Literally, this is actually a family room for 4, but it's just me. So you got the nice little doors that you can close this room off and section it or whatever, however you like. Of course, I'm probably gonna leave mine open. I'll probably leave mine. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and open it up while I show y'all this. So this is the king bed. You know what I'm saying? And they got this. This is nice. This is real nice. Nice little area to sit down. Put your stuff back. Let me just go ahead and throw my book back down. Toss that down. Get that off my back. That's been on my back all day. Let me get that off. So yeah, it's two separate areas. It's split by this sliding door, but I'm gonna open mine up. Just keep mine as one area. So I got a nice upgrade. Something they did for you. Boy, that was real nice of them. Got 2 TVs in here. I guess I'll be watching something on one thing, another thing on another one. Nice fan. It's cool in here. Good temperature. It's not hot. This is a nice size room. Okay, so now that you've seen that, I guess I'm gonna show you what you really want to see. So let me just turn the camera this way. I'm gonna open it up so so it's a better reveal for you. So first of all, they got the door with the screen, so you can have the door open and just get some fresh air. There's my little balcony area, which is really nice. This is a real nice balcony area. It's a place to put your towels. And as you look out, here's what I look onto. And there's the ocean out that way. You might not be able to see. I'll zoom it in. There you go. You can see the ocean's that way. Yeah, but this is the outdoor area. Really nice. So I guess I have to go trekking up around the campus to see what all's out here. There's your lazy river there. And so I guess I can go ride that. I might do that tomorrow after I get done. And the only other thing I didn't do, which you could actually upgrade to this, but if you look down, you can actually have a swim out room if you want to get one of the swim out rooms. And the reason I didn't get it because the reviews weren't that great on the swim out rooms, but as I'm looking at it, just don't look too bad. I mean, if you just want to have like something, just come swim out, just chill. So anyway, I'm gonna link up with some friends, see who all's made it. If anybody, this is the spot. I mean, it's real nice. It's real, you can see it's real plush up in here. It's real plush. I'm feeling it. Real nice. Peace.
So that's the room. What y'all think? It's pretty nice, right? The upgrade was nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe they hooked your boy up. I came in, they said, you got a complimentary upgrade. Would you like to take it? I said, well, yes. I'm not going to turn down an upgrade. Well, I did turn out a flight upgrade one time because they want to put you in the whole seat. You know what they call it, the middle seat.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't want to do that. I ain't want to do that. So they like, would you like to be in Comfort Plus? It's a middle seat. I was like, I'm good. I'm in the what's the row called when they you gotta help people off the plane? X row. I'm in the X row. So I had all that. My feet were stretched all the way out like that. So yeah, so we have to do this. So we definitely gonna do an episode at some point in time on travel because we all have different methodologies behind how we travel. You know, like Lana does one thing, I do another thing, but Lee does another thing. So I love for us to have like an episode. We kind of bring our ideas to one place and talk about traveling and what we do. So something to think about later for all my panelists on this.
And what's even crazier is how people think that it really cost a lot. But my trip to fly to Panama was cheaper than what it cost me to fly to West Texas or even California. Round trip.
That's deep. Yeah, so we definitely gonna have a whole conversation, a whole little situation like that. Okay, so listen, we in the show. I want to know, have y'all heard Rick Ross come out with a new album? Have y'all heard about his new album?
Yeah, I saw the album cover for it.
Haven't listened to it yet.
This is what it looked like. This is the album cover. Now tell me what does that look like to y'all?
The like first Sunday at the Missionary Baptist.
Welcome to the Ebenezer Baptist Church.
Not the deaconess. Right. The deaconess of this book. Okay, so check this out. So this is what somebody did. Now, I know last week we talked about Insecure and the whole situation with them, the AKAs and the representation, all that. I just thought it was ironic that I found this on the internet. Like right after that, it's like they can't get enough of this. But this actually do look like some stuff they gonna steal though. I wouldn't be surprised if next spring we start seeing advertisements for new lines of AKAs coming out with girls posted up just like Rick Ross album cover.
Yep.
And then it was interesting because that album cover. So that's Richer Than I Ever Been. That's the name of that album. It's coming out on December 10th. So y'all look out for that. Hopefully it's gonna be better than it's ever been. The music, because he said richer he's ever been. Speaking of some music, have y'all heard of Summer Walker's new joint? It just came out.
I haven't heard it.
I haven't heard it
but
either.
I've heard some reviews on it.
Okay, so what y'all heard? I've listened to some of it. I'm gonna give you my thoughts. What y'all think about it so far?
Well, I ain't listened to it yet.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it either.
No thoughts.
Oh, got you. But what you hear in the reviews?
Yeah, so in the reviews, people talking about what I heard that they done blew up London on the track, so that's who she was previously dating. They done blew up his Instagram talking about why you do that to Summer. You know what I'm saying? Like they done blew him up, like, you know what I'm saying, and just weighing his ass out about Summer in this album. So
wait a minute. Okay, so that now it makes sense that you said it, because I was sitting there like, who is she upset, angry, mad? This album, listen, and I got a friend on. I wanted to bring this clip on it, but I didn't have time to bring it into the show. But I had a friend, Zach Bug, shout out to Zach Bug. He did a funny little vignette on his Instagram about the Summer Walker album. Basically, he said, and I thought it was just like, he said, listen, fellas, if you got a girl, what you do is you buy some flowers, leave the flowers in there with your girl, and then walk out. Don't come back until she's done listening to the album, and maybe 2 hours after that. So I was laughing. I was like, what in the world did I listen to? I was like, oh, this is crazy. Like, she's trying to set us back. What's she doing?
Apparently she went through some hella drama in their relationship.
Yeah, like, come on, Summer, we ain't all like this. That was his ass. So I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought it up, because I didn't know who it was and who she was talking about and whatnot. Okay, cool. So in the spirit of that, Rick Ross with the AKA thing, so y'all have y'all seen the second episode of Insecure season 5, episode number 2?
Yes.
Okay, hold up. So before I go, I'm gonna play a little something. See, I got stuff for y'all. What you talking about? I got stuff for y'all. So all y'all who haven't seen it, this is a little preview of what they got going on this season.
So I met with the team. We're good to go. Yo, that's what's up. I'm really excited to just change your game, boy. I'm finna go crazy.
If this doesn't go well, it could cost us.
They did have a couple of notes.
What do you mean notes?
Can you keep up?
I need a stress reliever after dealing with my parents' estate stuff.
It's still not done yet?
Girl, trying to get them to talk about it is like pulling teeth.
It's never too late to start saving for your grandkids.
Sometimes it's not about making the smart choice. It just has to make sense to you.
I'm just always waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Maybe there's a little voice in the back of your head that's saying that things aren't done yet. Thus you. You're the little voice in the back of my head.
Diddly hee hee.
So there you go. So for all y'all who don't know, y'all know now. Y'all got we want to just give you a little brief preview. So episode number 2 kind of deals with, Molly and Issa both at the end of it kind of having these flashbacks, or these what do you call them? Like revelations, like these thoughts about themselves. What do y'all think? Well, first of all, what were your thoughts and opinions on episode 2 that, as it stands?
I'm glad that Molly kind of is now reflecting and realizing, that she can't blame anybody for a lot of the things that she's gone through or what she's dealt with. She had to reflect and realize it was her. It's been her all along. Same thing with Issa. Issa realized that she's been appeasing these companies versus stepping out and being who she is, her authentic self.
Alona Boo.
Yeah, I'd agree with Buddy Lee. Molly had the flashback when she was filling out the dating profile, and she's just like, "What is it like to date me?" And she went back to those instances with those guys, and she's just like, "Yeah, I kind of fucked that up." Point blank, I just kind of fucked that up. And it's almost like when you're dating, like sometimes you don't fully trust yourself because
that's good. That's good.
When you have especially failed, situations, and you're just like, what am I doing wrong? Like maybe I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of had that revelation moment. And for Issa, with Crenshaw and his whole, his idea, his vision for his line and everything like that. He's like, I'm not gonna sell out. You know what I'm saying? And he, and she had to really look at, like, kind of just think to herself, like, damn, am I selling out? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to make this dream happen, but am I selling out? And then at the end, when the guy was like, it was, it was amazing. It was, I'm saying, it was great. She's just like, maybe I need to go with my gut, you know what I'm saying, and do what it is that, that my vision is for me to do. So instead of like trying to water it down to appease, WP, the white people.
Right. I think that's the real talk right there, though. You don't want to water it down.
Yeah, stop watering your shit down, man. It's time for us to be unapologetically black.
What's interesting is the inspiration for the fashion show came from a designer named Pierre Moss. And when I watched the episode, I immediately thought, oh, that's a Pierre Moss show. And it's so funny because he's not I don't know if a lot of people really know who he is or, what he's got going on, but I've seen a couple of his shows and it's the same thing. Like something introspective happens in the beginning and then the music starts playing and it goes right into his, whatever he culturally wants to do. One show it was all like church and gospel, but unapologetically black.
Yeah.
Right. Then there was another show that was just like unapologetically just ratchet hip hop, but he had them all dressed up in like white tuxes, dancing with the white tux choir, and they was going hard on the ratchetness, but just in a nice outfit.
Right.
And then the people was modeling all around them, and it was some crazy just like the outfit you saw in the show, the same thing. And so when I saw that episode, I didn't know that's the message they were trying to give me by the end of the episode, but then I kind of caught it because I never thought about it in this vein. Somebody like a Pierre Moss he's just as good as some of these major brands out here, but he don't get the same kind of recognition
or
brands. And if you think about it, you could watch I watched the last Louis Vuitton show this year, and I watch a lot of fashion shows. Being in New York, we have Fashion Week is big up here. And I've seen him, and just to see what he does, it's like it really is unapologetically black. To the point where there was one show he did over at the King's Theater. It was Offset and Sweetie. Is that his girlfriend's name or Sweetie?
They're not together.
They was in the audience together. It was a whole bunch of hip hop people. They was all in the audience watching the joint, and he did all the music. What would you call this? Not acoustic. It was he didn't do no tracks. So it was all live, and the vocals did everything. He had a huge 85-piece choir, but they were doing hip hop songs.
Yeah.
So it was dope. It was dope, and then he had the people modeling in front of that. And his clothes and stuff look great, but it's crazy because we never think about what he has to go through.
Yeah.
To be accepted in that community as himself.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so to see Issa put that on the screen, I think that was very powerful in a sense because I just picked up on damn, like a Pierre Moss show. Just the way he do it, just straight hood with it. I love how they came out with the drums, but on the buckets, not drums, on the plastic buckets. And just did it raw. So that's a straight up Pierre Moss move that I have definitely seen before. But I just think that It's one of those things where after watching episode, I had to ask myself, how often do we have to compromise? You know what I mean? Like, how often do we feel like we have to bend or whatever? And if it wasn't for what was the name of the guy in the show? Start with a C. When it
You talking about the designer?
Crenshaw.
Yeah, his name Crenshaw. Yeah, Crenshaw. If it wasn't for Crenshaw saying, I'm just gonna stick to my laurels and I'm going with what I believe in,
right?
That white guy would not have been as appeased or been like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this in my life. If he didn't take a chance on it. Yeah. And it was crazy. They was like saying the N-word. They were
right.
Just unapologetic. So shout out to Issa Rae. Yeah, shout out to Issa Rae. Shout out to the whole team over there at Insecure, because I feel like she does each episode, she tries to leave or create some kind of message or some kind of thing that we could think with or think about afterwards, or leave a jewel. Yeah. And I think she did a great job with this episode. And although these things are pre-done, right? These are already in the can. You can't predict how the audience is going to react, right? You can't predict. No. So like the first episode that came out got this reaction from, these college elites basically. Mm-hmm. And this episode is like just on some regular, like people out in the world business stuff. But then at the same time, bringing it back to, like, again, what Buddy said, the personal stuff, right? With Molly, and we have to now face our own inner reflection and say, what am I really doing? Like,
exactly.
I'm blaming everybody else for my, my transgressions, not transgressions, but my issues. But then I got to really look back and like, dang, is it you?
The common denominator.
We're going to, and that's kind of that's kind of what was talked about in with Jada. She did the same thing, talking about the victimism, and her and Gwyneth talked about being accountable for, and quit being a victim, but being accountable.
But we ain't quite got there yet, buddy.
I know.
I know you like to jump the gun.
No. It's just a little teaser. No, it's a little teaser. It's a little teaser. That's all.
Well, now we got to go there now, since you're gonna tease it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, do we have anything else to discuss about? Insecure?
I think that was it. I'm kind of interested. I want Issa to get back with Lawrence, but that is an odd thing.
Well, what did she do? What did she do at the very end? And old boy left. She started crying. I think
she didn't do that. She didn't do that when he left. She did that while he was about to bang that thing.
Right, but I think she was still thinking about Lawrence and thinking about maybe where things could have gone if she had no.
How did you pick up on that though? If you have never seen this before, how did you pick up on it was about him versus it was about her and where she was in her life? How did you pick? Because you're not the only person who said this, but I also recognize that there's people who watched Insecure, right? They've been watching and following the seasons. So I'm trying to figure out how do people pick up on that,
For me, it was just, I just noticed that because her and Molly were talking about, she was like, oh, I can't believe you can go out with, somebody you've seen his stuff. Mm-hmm. And she was like, yeah, she made a comment saying, oh, well, he's got a trifecta of women or something like
a bevy of bitches.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was, but that's it.
And then bevy of bitches.
And she said, well, how many is that? She said 7. She said, well, I guess it was more than 7, and so when that was brought up, it made me wonder. I was like, I wonder if she still likes him, and then turn around, does she still like her ex? Because her ex ended it on the last episode. It was her and her ex, and that's how it ended. So how is it going to pan out for the next time?
Got you. Yeah, I mean, it's good you picked up on that. I actually, several people told me that, and I was sitting there like, how did y'all pick up on that? If you had not seen the show, of course, you could just easily make any kind of connection. But, not seeing the show with the cues they gave you, I was like, people were picking up on that. So I was like, all right. So that's cool. One note to wrap that up, actually. So I brought up Pierre Moss. Turns out the influence for the show was Pierre Moss. for the fashion show that's in there. It was Pierre Moss, and some of the wardrobe was provided by him for the fashion show.
Nice.
So when I saw it, I was like, man, it's like this is a Pierre Moss show. I just looked it up. They have a little after hours type like wind down thing they do after the shows, and Issa's talking about the Pierre Moss situation. So that's interesting because I literally saw him. I was like, damn, I've seen this show before. I've seen a fashion show just like this. It wasn't exactly like they have bikers or the bandanas, but just the same style, right? Like the introspective message didn't come right with the hood, like come with it. All right, bet. So let's move on. Now I know you guys know it. Jada Pinkett, Smith Knowles Carter. I hope I don't even know I spelled her name right on the thing. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Charge to my heart. I think it's 2 K's on her name in it.
I think it's
Jada
T's.
It's 2 T's.
I think I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, I'm gonna try to edit this right now. T.
Yes, it's 2 T's. That's it.
2 T's.
Yeah.
One
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah.
Okay. Charge to my head and my heart. Okay. So is this her strike 3? Like, so first of all, let me give y'all a little background. Okay, so we got Jada Pinkett. The stuff been happening to her since last year. Okay. Like I don't know what she been talking about, doing, and why. Why she keep putting business out there is inside her relationship. I don't know. But apparently there was a interview that was done with Gwyneth Paltrow, is that right?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow on the Red Table Talk, and Jada let it be known that she just now realizing that people can't read her mind, basically. But listen, hold on. What I got for y'all. Before we go there, I'm gonna give y'all some background. We'll give everybody some background so we all caught up. Last year, what happened? It came out that Jada and August had slept together, right?
Yes.
Entanglement.
Yes, Alona, you doing this.
Entanglement.
So what I'm gonna do is I got a supercut for y'all. I made a supercut of when this came out, just so you guys can get some context here. This is for all the fans, all the people out there. Here y'all go. Make sure I get the right click to play.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was about 4 years ago. Started a friendship with August. And we actually became really, really good friends. And it all started with him just needing some help.
Because for me, that was the thing when Aug first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick, yeah. And from there, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over. You know?
We were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
I got into a different kind of entanglement with August. The only person that could give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. We were separated amicably.
Yeah. I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
We come to the red table. So I'm in the Jada position right now. So, you during that time launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good.
Right.
And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Yeah. I feel like that husband, like I'm with you at the press conference. I'm that husband, now I got to be with you at the press conference. while you like tell the world about your transgressions.
Well,
like I love my baby. I'm gonna stand by my baby no matter what.
As I came through and started to realize certain things about you and I, he decided to break all communication with me.
Right. The fact that it's coming up now, and I think it could feel weird for people that we're laughing and talking about it, but
it happened so long ago.
You know, and our experiences of working through it, fighting through it, talking through it, therapizing through it. I think that the why now is weird.
Because he hasn't wanted to, you know, Og and I haven't talked in so long. You know what I mean? So I don't know. This all seemed very strange. Any relationship and trying to get to deeper understanding of love is going to be forged in fire.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Because I wasn't sure I was ever going to speak to you again.
I know.
Yeah, like the fact that I'm speaking to you again is a miracle.
We never, ever, ever thought that we would make it back.
There's a real power in just knowing somebody's riding with you no matter what.
Yeah.
And you really can't know that
until you go
through some stuff, you know. I don't want to go through this no more.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Yeah. I'm going to get you back first, and then...
You're going to get me back. I think you got me back. I think we're good on that, okay?
Okay, that's probably true.
You know, but, and I don't think it's about getting anybody back.
No, for me it is.
Okay. I'll give you that petty if that's what you want. We ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
You thought I was that I didn't have the girth that it was going to take to ride with you through.
Yeah, I didn't know if you would be willing to find the deep capacity to love me.
Yeah. How am I doing?
You're doing great.
Woo! Okay, that happened last year. Now that was a super cut. That interview's a lot longer. That's a lot longer. It was more to that, but I just want to give y'all the highlights of that. Before I go into what just happened recently, is there anything y'all want to talk about when it came to that last one that's going to compound into this one?
That's a lot to this.
There's so much, but
I'll say this one thing. They are honoring I mean, granted, yes, they probably have messed around with other people, but they're living by, for better or worse, until death do you part. They are living by that. That's the one thing I can give them on that.
I can agree with you on that.
They did both say that they're in it for at least Will has said he's in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
So he's been married before. You know what it was like. Now, to me, it seems like Jada likes people that she can fix. She reminds me of some of these people like who post these videos on TikTok and Instagram about saying you know, where the guys at? And then all of a sudden you hear them again. They're like, oh, well, these guys are no good, you know. But you keep going for the same ones over and over and over again. You want the ones, you want a thugged out dude. You want a dude that you can fix. You want all these things, but then you still want that guy like Will. Will goes out and Kevin Hart did that in his one of his comedy specials. He told his wife, he's like, look, there's gonna be some days it's not gonna be good. Or there's gonna be some days I'm tired. I can't do nothing. He said, because I work a lot so we can have these things. Will does the same thing. He goes out and work, and so he can have these things for them. Now, granted, yes, she works too, but he works hard to make sure that they can, you know, afford these things and have this life. Mm-hmm. Is he gonna, you know, it's like you're gonna get eventually, you're gonna get tired and yeah, and so I think they had a real bad communication breakdown. And a lack of communication more than breakdown. It's just more of a lack of, instead of, you know, if this is how you feel, then say it. look, I am not getting hugs like I want. I'm not getting kisses. I'm not getting things you used to do. I'm not getting that time. Okay. What can we do to make this better?
Well, I think the thing that you're going into is kind of where they are now. So again, Buddy Lee with the jump in the head.
No, I'm just speaking about that one.
I'm gonna teach you how to do the graceful setup. But real quick, so what's going on right now? All my Instagram family, IG just dropped. So if you're on Instagram, if you probably don't even hear me saying this, I hope you made it over to YouTube. But all IG family, Instagram just dropped. We're gonna try to get Instagram back up just a little bit longer. But if we can't get it back up, we'll see y'all next time. Hopefully y'all can spread the word and get back over to the studio, get back over to the YouTube right now, because we live. We still live. We still got more to talk about. Okay, so listen, next video I'm gonna play kind of goes into what Buddy Lee was talking about. This is the more recent piece that came out where everybody kind of got up in arms about Jada. They kind of like they kind of on the cancel mode for Jada. I don't even know why, but that's kind of where that's kind of the method, not the method, but that's kind of the madness of where they are right now. So let me play this little piece for y'all. Y'all ready for this? Here we go.
I mean, we started in this at a very young age, 22 years old.
It's crazy.
That's why the accountability part really hit for me, because I think you expect your partner to know, especially when it comes to sex.
Right.
It's like, well, if you love me, you should know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. If you love me,
you should be able to read my mind.
You should read my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a huge pitfall.
That's a huge pitfall.
Yeah, it is. I hate that.
You know,
Isn't it weird, though? It's like someone doesn't read your mind and we feel crushed. Like, we feel so disappointed. Where do we get that from?
I don't know, because I don't feel like that at all. I guess, or maybe I've just grown out of it.
Yeah. Tell me what you need, tell me what you want, and on top of it, I know that I have to be accountable to do the same.
And do you?
I really try.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable, but it's deeply healthy.
Couples come to me because usually there's a discrepancy in their sex life. One of them wants more sex, one of them wants less sex, somebody wants to do something that the other one doesn't, and they're trying to get on the same page. I think it's vital to know what your erotic blueprint is. It's like giving somebody the guidebook.
Yeah.
This is what I like, here are all my desires, here's what turns me on, and just to put those out on the table. And so the erotic blueprints are one step towards that. And then finally we have the shapeshifter. And the shapeshifter is someone who's turned on by all of it. They want all of it, they want more, they want all the things all the time, as long as you can possibly have it.
See, that's what I think I am.
You could be. They love it all.
Yeah.
And they want more of it.
Oh,
like
God.
all the variety, all the different things, all the flavors, the smorgasbord of sex.
I'm tired just listening to you.
I mean, we start.
I love how Glenn was like, I'm tired just listening to you. So what's funny about that is that, of course you heard the first part about her and Will being together so young, but what do you guys think about this whole idea that somebody should know what you're thinking, or somebody should know enough about you to be able to get you, like, just off the cuff? What do y'all think about that concept?
Before I answer that question, I don't know if y'all know this, but the math wasn't mathing.
Okay, explain. The math wasn't mathing.
The math wasn't mathing. Okay, so she said at 22, right?
Yeah.
Her and Will got married at 97. She was 26.
Oh, she was 26. Oh, I didn't know that.
She was 26. At 22, Will was still married to the first wife.
That's right.
So I don't know if she kind of told on herself. I don't know if they was messing around before he got rid of the first wife.
Well, I don't know. There may be some truth to that, because Will has talked about in the past when he saw Jada on set. It was a show or something. He knew then that he was gonna get her.
Right.
So this is before they started dating anything. So when he saw it in,
that's what makes sense. Is why she said 22. But just mind you, when she was 22, he was still married to the first wife.
Right. And she's like a big executive producer in Hollywood, actually, which is interesting. So yeah, I don't know if that was where she was then, and she met Will, or if after Will's success, the opportunities opened up, because of course, naturally when you have that type of connection to somebody, you hope they don't leave on the side of the road. But yeah, she's some kind of executive. in Hollywood. So I don't understand why he would. Well, I guess it makes sense. If you see the girl you want in your dreams, it don't matter what's going on in your life. You're gonna do what you gotta do to get out of this, to get over there.
Exactly. So, but to answer your question, because your question was about, people, reading your minds and whatever, the expectation that somebody should be able to read your mind.
Right.
I mean, personally, I feel like I feel like this clip was taken like way out of context.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of news sites just used it for clickbait, because I've seen headlines that was like, oh, she said Will was trash in the bedroom. And like, I wait to watch the clip like 100 times, and I was looking, I'm like, is there another clip that I'm just not seeing? Like, because that's not what I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's saying, okay, so we got started at this. She said 22. Her words, not mine. She said 22.
So you're not gonna lose to 22.
Not my words. She said 22.
Not knocking the boots.
Right. So, but in the beginning, like, most of us, like, unless you're extremely hypersexual and you've been introduced to like a lot of sex from a very young age, and you just know like maybe somebody that's in the porn at like from 16 to 18, and and all that kind of stuff, you kind of know what to do with your body. A lot of us at the age 22, we don't exactly just know off the top, like, yes, do this, no,
right.
You're still learning. So I know for a lot of women, especially in her generation, the whole sex talk thing was like, don't get pregnant, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about how to enjoy sex. It wasn't about how to find your pleasure, how to talk to the man to get him to do what it is that you need him to do, man or woman, whatever you're into, but it wasn't really about that. It was just like, don't get pregnant, don't get no STD, or whatever the case is. But we weren't having in-depth conversation with our parents about, well, how do I enjoy sex? You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. It wasn't about that. So naturally, as a young girl, like, even I think about, my own, go back, to my mid 20s, about my first sexual encounter. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, let's just be honest. I didn't know what I was doing. So yes, kind of I'm like, you're just kind of thinking, well, I hope it's, it's pleasurable. You know what I'm saying? I hope I enjoy it, but I don't really know at that point that I can direct you into doing what I need you to do.
Right, because you don't know what you need yet. You don't know
what I need yet. You know what I'm saying? So you just like, you don't know what you don't know. So
right, that makes sense.
When I listened to her clip, I heard somebody saying, at this age, I was like, well, you love me, so don't you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't you know what I want? You know what I'm saying? Like, you probably have just a little bit more experience at this than me. You know what I'm saying? So don't you know? But, and like she said, as she's gotten older, she's learned that I can't expect you to read my mind. I have to be vocal about that. Now, the part that was interesting to me was that at 20, they've been married for what, 24 or 26 years now?
Yeah, 25, I think.
So
quarter century.
The part that was interesting to me was that she still said it was uncomfortable, to talk about it. And I'm like, now that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? That's uncomfortable. The part about don't you love me, you should be able to read my mind. That wasn't, like they were really reaching with those titles, you know what I'm saying, with those headlines about Will is trash in bed, and you know what I'm saying, all this kind of stuff. Like they were reaching with the headlines. But at the same time, she's just saying, like, as I've grown, I've learned that, I have to be vocal about what it is I want if I'm going to have a pleasurable experience.
Exactly.
And that's in any facet of life. If you're talking just friendship, if I want you to treat me a certain way as your friend, I have to be vocal and explain that to you. I can't expect you to treat me like I want to be treated.
Right. So, there you go.
So in relationships, it's the exact same thing. You have to be vocal about what it is that you want out of this relationship. What it is you need out of your partner in order for you, to stay in that euphoric, happy place. So, I didn't feel like this was a cancel Jada moment personally. I didn't feel like she said nothing that was just that embarrassing for Will.
Do you think she's talking too much? Do you think it's at this point where it's like it's just too much? Somebody, I saw a meme that said Jada 3, Will 0. So what do you think Will, I mean, do you think Jada's just talking too much at this point? Like she put too much out there? Red table talk is too much?
I felt like the whole her and August thing should have been left between her and August. I didn't feel like that was something that should have necessarily been spread amongst the masses. Personally, you know, I didn't find the need. I didn't see where it was necessarily healthy for their relationship, and I didn't see where it was healthy for them as individuals because of all the, you know, all the backlash and stuff like that. I feel like it did more harm than good. Personally, I don't think that, you know, I don't think that the August situation should have been for the masses. You know, I think this conversation was just an honest, true, you know, transparent conversation. I don't think anything bad of this particular, you know, clip that we just showed, but I feel like the whole August situation, that could have been left between you and Will. Like, we really didn't need to know that you had a whole entanglement with August Alsina. Like, that didn't do nothing but add to our gossip wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, you know, that didn't, I mean, I guess, you know, there's a one-off chance that maybe a marriage that's been dealing with a similar situation is like, well, they bounce back from it, maybe we can too.
Right.
But to me, that percentage is very low compared to the damage you kind of did, you know, to the relationship in the public's eye.
So shout out to Trish. We got Trish out there. She just left a comment. She said August was the one who spilled the beans, which is true. Which is true.
That's true.
Which is true. But let's all remember, Jada and Will, Jada brought herself to the table. Yes. At the end of the day, they did not have to confirm or deny.
They did not. They could have just left us wondering.
Yeah, shout out Latricia. Thank you for that comment, Latricia. Appreciate you for watching us out there. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
But I just did feel like that was something that needed to be brought to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something I kind of want to. If it was me, I would have kept it within the realm of my relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I would have just let the gossipers gossip about what they think happened or whatever. I wouldn't have confirmed or denied it. I would have just let it just die down.
So Latricia's comment said she was forced to tell her story. Do you think that she was forced, or do you think that she just decided in order for it to make sense, I need to get it all out?
I think she was trying to get ahead of everything before it could escalate into something else.
What was it gonna be? August slept with Jada.
Right, but you know how that can turn out. Jada slept with August, and then turn around, it turned into a threesome with somebody else, and then it was Jada decided that she wanted to be with this woman.
Let it run.
I mean,
let it run.
So she was trying to get ahead of it before it became, you know, whatever. Got kind of like this whole situation now. You know, it's like I was reading all these like I saw all these different videos and different people talking about it, and they made it seem like she said Will was trash, and I was like, I never heard it. The only thing I heard was she was just like, she had to basically say, I assumed that somebody who loved me knows what I want. That was it.
Period.
Right. That's it. That was all that she said, and I was like, well, that's not. I mean, that's true because we all have been there.
We all make assumptions, you know, about that when it comes to relationships.
Right. I mean, you know, it's like I could say, you know, I come in and I expect some food to be cooked, but I don't see nothing, and I'm like, well, hey, I thought you loved me, but there was food picked up, and it's just.
I thought you loved me. What? So she ain't had a food ready?
But I'm saying, but she could have went and picked up food and brought it to the house, and it's just sitting in the oven, and it needs to be brought out. So I'm not smelling freshly cooked food out of my kitchen. I'm just smelling, but there might be food there that. So but everybody has these assumptions, and you know, you've heard the famous phrase for assuming.
Yep.
So
make an ass out of yourself.
Make an ass out of you.
Oh, ass out of
you. It's you and me.
Right.
but I think in this case right here, I think it was just blown out of proportion because I think the only ones who kind of reported on it, kind of told the story was Entertainment Tonight. They kind of just like, they didn't say he was trash. They didn't say he was anything else. They just took what was played and just ran with it and just said, okay, this is what she said.
Before Buddy Lee gets into any more spoilers, because Buddy Lee like to go all down the spoiler list. I want to play a clip, which just so happens to be from Entertainment Tonight. And here we go.
How about it's not a spoiler? How about it's a segue? Let's use it as a segue.
Well, it's not really a segue, but you're going to see why. All right, okay. So this is Will's response. And I'm trying to make sure I got the right clip here. So Will just came out with a new book, and Oprah brought him to her Apple TV show to talk about the book. And while they talked about the book, they also discussed some of the matters at hand. Here's what we heard.
What does it mean to love in freedom?
The simple idea is it's friendship versus marital prison.
Ooh. Does that mean you all can have other partners, but you just have to be respectful with each other?
So people only think in terms of sex. People are trying to put something on it. Will and Jada, what they doing with other people?
Yeah.
Right? Will and Jada ain't really doing too much of nothing.
Was that hard for you sitting there?
No. It's like, no.
How long were you all actually separated? Was it months or years?
We never actually officially separated. We agreed that she had to make herself happy and I had to make myself happy. And then we were going to present ourselves back to the relationship.
We ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
We ride together, we die together. Bad marriage for life. Okay, so that is kind of a response from Will. I mean, we didn't see him do it on the red table. We saw him do it on Oprah.
Yep.
And she kind of was prying. Now, first of all, I just want to say the brother looks a little bit smaller than he's ever looked before. Kind of like, yeah, you look at me right there. But you know, I mean, if he's lost weight for his role that he did with playing Serena Williams' dad, then that's good, man. Good looks to you. But when he said it didn't like. What'd she say? Did it make you feel any kind of way, or were you hurting or something like that? And he was like, No. I was like, he's lying. That nigga lying. You see that nigga? His eyes were so red.
Because when you played that first clip, like you could see, you know what I'm saying? Like
he was
the look. Like, yeah,
right.
You know, like
I seen. I was like, he lying, Oprah. You know he lying, Oprah. He is lying, lying through his teeth, Oprah. Don't let him lie to you.
It might not hurt right now, but when you was hashing it out, it hurt.
Oh, it hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you was hurt.
Yes.
Like
because when he was on the red talk table the first time, you know, well, that time with Jada, you know, he was. It seemed like he was asking the questions because he wanted to get clarification on everything. And he was like, so what does entanglement mean? You know?
Yeah.
So you had a relationship.
Right.
Yeah. I had a relationship, an entanglement. It was like, so it seemed like he was asking the questions that he wanted answered on that red talk table.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think with this situation, you know, I don't see us having a. I mean, the internet's going to do what the internet's going to do, right? They're going to take it and they're going to run with any little thing she says. I honestly, when I watched her interview with Gwyneth Paltrow in its entirety, unabridged, you know, unedited, when I watched that, I was seriously looking for like, well, what are people talking about?
Me too.
Like I was like, where's the part? So I had to text people like, hey, did you see the part or?
Right.
Which one? What was it?
And I watched it twice just to make sure that I didn't miss something.
Yeah, and then I watched some reviews on it. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting here like, this is like y'all are reaching beyond the stars.
Like, can you reach beyond the stars?
I mean they were reaching so far. You know what I'm saying? Like it was ridiculous. You know,
yeah, I didn't get it.
She said some stuff that I wouldn't have said about my relationship. Absolutely, but on this particular clip, not so much.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it was the hoopla was warranted. I I think what people are really wanting to see, and I think this is just my feeling from looking at all of the memes and things that have come out, is basically I've seen people say things like, "Oh man, Lord, send me a wife, but don't send me the kind he sent to the Will Smith," or like I've seen that was the funny one. I've seen the different comments where people are just like, "Man, I ain't gonna never marry no Jada no more. Jada's off my list," which is crazy off of this. But then, I guess what I'm wondering is that like, can she not grow? I mean, yes, she should be quiet. I think her talking is just really was killing it. You know, they just taking anything she gonna say and running with, like Alana said. But at the end of the day, like, she does have to evolve, and I get the sense that people want Will to get back at her, like he said.
I'm
like he said,
he said,
"I'm gonna get you back.
I will get you back. It not I might. I will get you back."
And then how does that happen? And to me, is that a bittersweet? Is that gonna be a bittersweet victory? Because at the end of the day, she's got to suffer the comments and all the hoopla of the scrutiny of every single one of her words. He doesn't. I would just kind of bask in that. If getting her back was a thing, I would just bask in that. Like, oh baby, they come at you again, girl. Woo, you on fire, boy. Look, I put up Jada's on fire. Where's my Jada's on fire banner? I got it in here. So Jada's on fire. I put her like, you're on fire. And I don't know why. It was something that was said in one of the videos where they said she's on fire. I was like, that's a quotable if I don't know one. But she is. Like, I would just let it eat at her. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't say nothing about us again. That was you. Talking about how you don't know what you want. And we all these years into the marriage and you just not figuring out that you need to learn how to talk and and say what it is you need. Damn. It took you 20-something years to get there.
And
and when
this is going to be one of the first times that you've seen where, like, okay, so if a man cheats on a woman, and a woman cheats on a man, it's like if the man cheats, you're going to hear, oh, he's no good, this, and this. But if a woman cheats, it's usually you hear, oh, well, he deserved it because he probably cheated on her. But for some reason in this one, it seems like they're okay if Will does cheat on her. They're like, oh, well, she's been doing all this anyway, so what does it matter? Mm-hmm. This is the first time that you actually heard it's like it's acceptable now. It's okay if he gets her back.
Like the world is giving Will permission to go ahead and
right.
But
they definitely keeping score. They like, listen, let's do it. So
I mean, so okay, y'all two fellas, okay. So, y'all not married right now, but you've been in long-term relationships and Thomas.
Buddy been married. He know what marriage is like.
Yep. So you've been divorced. You know what I'm saying? So how would you feel if your now spouse was like on a platform and sharing like intimate details of y'all relationship? Like, would y'all feel some type of way, or are y'all just like, oh, I'm good, I'm secure, like it is what it is?
I don't know. For me, if I would feel some type of way, if it was, I would feel some type of way if it was a surprise. Okay. If we have not had a discussion and a understanding, because sometimes people will say something to you in passing, but that's not really. Sometimes they don't give you an opportunity to have an understanding of what's really going through your mind. It's just like, oh, you just said some shit to me. Yeah. But if there's an understanding that we have come to this agreement, because I think, and again, I'm not married. I'm on my way to marriage. Thank God, hallelujah, praise Jesus, good Lord. I hope she don't do no Jada Pinkett Smith stuff to me. You know what I'm saying? But but what I'm saying is that if we're talking about things internally, I think we need to have an agreement internally first.
Yeah.
Before you start to, because don't get me wrong, and I think the way things work with me is that we just don't really do that internal thing. Like, I really don't mix a lot of personal and my other life together. I really keep them separated in the sense that I'll make jokes about stuff and you'll think it's something I'm actually doing personally, and it's not.
Yeah. Or
I'll say some things because I may agree with an idea or disagree with an idea, but it doesn't mean that's what I'm doing personally inside my house. And so that's the thing. So that's the difference. Things may, objects in a mirror are not as close as they appear. Okay. And so that is the same concept as that when I'm as a media personality, sometimes I'll give you these my thoughts and my feelings about things, but it might not be personal information. I think with Jada, what has happened with her is coming to this table, she's an actress and Will's an actress, and they've done the acting thing for so long. And when you come to a talk show, you think, oh, that's real. People putting their real stuff out there. And a lot of times you got to remember when the camera comes on, people change a little bit. They shift. Even if you try to be 100% real, people still change. And so I think what happened with her is she was putting out stuff even, before it got to the entanglement situation on the red table where she was just laying it out there for real. Like that's really what she think and feel. And she's now finding that people don't necessarily agree with everything, which is why even the clips I played of her with her mother and Gwyneth and them, when her mother said, I grew out of that, Jada came back and said, I grew out of that too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, sorry, y'all. We're getting I hear me still? My phone turned. Yeah. That's crazy. Can y'all still hear me? Yeah. So I'm thinking Jada is saying, oh yeah, I grew out of it too. Like looking at her mom, like, thanks, mom. I didn't know that's what you're supposed to say. Right? like kind of following the leader, because what she said initially was not that. She said, this is me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but I grew out. Yeah, you're right. I grew out, And so I know she does that a lot on her show when there's a concept that the majority of the people at the table agree with that she might be different on. Usually she stays firm on her differences, but sometimes she'll double back on them. But oh yeah, you know what? I feel that way too now. And I don't know if that's just like a follow the mob mentality type thing, but I think that it has to be very clear to answer Alona's questions. It needs to be clear with us first before that goes out.
Gotcha.
Right. Yep. I agree with that, because what you don't want to do is you want everybody else knowing what's going on in your house, and you're the last one to know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone through that, and that is not a good feeling. And then the funny thing is, then the same people who know, then you start to distance yourself from them, and they want to know, well, what's going on? It's like, well, you knew all this information, but you didn't say nothing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so we got that whole little piece. I want to ask you guys something, because in the spirit of should Will get back at Jada, I want to know, do y'all think Will should leave Jada at this point?
I'm speaking from a person who's been married before. You know what? Whatever he chooses to do, that's what he does. I don't want to say yes or no, because I will say on this, if there's cheating or whatever it is in a relationship, I feel that you should keep that to yourself, because what you don't want to do is, I could tell both you two, hey, my spouse cheated on me. And then all of a sudden we stay together. Y'all two looking like, I don't like her. She cheated on you. Exactly. And now I'm bringing her around, or I cannot bring her around to certain things because
because we feel some type of way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we like, oh, you did my friend dirty. You know what I'm saying? So, and we're not as forgiving as the people who are actually in the situation.
Right.
And
so
that's what Jada is going through right now with talking about the whole, August Alsina thing. Like, people are like, oh, I'm done with you. Will a good man. And you know what I'm saying? You did that to him or whatever. It takes two people for a relationship not to work.
Yeah.
It's not just necessarily all one person's fault or all the other person's fault. It takes two people for this thing to not work. So, we don't know what Will did. Like when he initially said, I'm gonna get you back, she's like, oh, you didn't already did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, now she didn't go into detail of what he did, but you know what I'm saying? He has done something in his past.
He got some booty cheeks clap.
And actually, you know what, Alona, it's more of, it takes two to make it work. Yeah. It takes one to not want to make it work, and the whole thing falls.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, and I did hear that. I was wondering, I was like, what did he do that she actually said that? But nobody ever heard. I mean, there's been rumors and speculation, but nobody's actually come out and said, oh, Will did this.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever said it. They've just, the tabloids have been making comments about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, like, should they stay together? Should they not? I feel like as long as they are in, you know, like Will kept saying, you know, as long as you know she does whatever to make her happy, I do whatever to make me happy. Then we come back to the relationship. As long as they come back to the relationship as two whole individuals, you know, and are willing to work at it, then by all means, go be together, go be happy. You know what I'm saying? But if it's at a point where it gets to another toxic level and you guys have to, you know, separate again, then by all means separate. You know what I'm saying? So I it's not for me to say whether they should stay together or not. You know, I feel like for the, you know, the family unit, and they done been through some trials and tribulations, and marriage is about for better or for worse. So a lot of people like to ignore that for worse part. And a lot of people are not up for the challenge of when you do enter your worst period. You know, so a lot of people just exit stage left and like, I didn't sign up for this. Well, marriage is not all roses and sunshine every day.
Right. Yep.
So you gotta, you know, make up in your mind, either I'm gonna stay and fight or I'm just gonna flee. You know what I'm saying? Like,
fight or flight. Fight or flight.
Fight or flight. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like both of them have decided to stay and fight. And you know what I'm saying? I'm all for the Black family unit. I'm all for, you know what I'm saying, y'all being two whole individuals and coming together to try to make this thing work.
That's good. Well, let me ask y'all this. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, now, one thing I will say that needs to happen with them, which I don't understand this, it's the person, what I've always seen is the person who does not want the relationship is the one who will not end it. They want to push the other person to end it. And I always find that funny. I'm like, if you don't want to be here, then leave.
There are some people that are saying that this is Jada's way of trying to, you know what I'm saying, to end the relationship.
Yeah.
You know, there are some people that are saying that.
Well, maybe she wants him to read her mind. You see the signs on the wall. I can't even call. I'm gonna call this an entanglement. That means it's more than cheating. We together. I don't know. Maybe all these clips and these media bites are not so disconnected like we think they are.
Right.
Don't you see the signs? Don't you see? What is that? That's an amoeba. That means it's time for you to go. What? How does they look like smoke? How is it supposed to know? You know, like what?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have after watching that, I have some questions I want to ask you guys. That are off the beaten path though.
Okay.
So these are like not necessarily they're directly dealing with the material, but stuff that kind of gave me questions. So first thing I want to know is like, how did Jada and August Alsina get linked up in the first place? Come to find out, Jaden, her son, that's his friend.
Yep.
So, how would you feel if your friend was having sex with your parent?
With your mama.
There is a more than 20-year difference between her and August, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, would you be okay with your friend smashing your mama?
No.
Because
I'm gonna go ahead and keep
that's no longer my friend. That's you want to talk about canceled? That friendship is canceled at that moment.
Why you cancel the whole friendship? You trying to smash your mama? Your mama Jada Pinkett Smith.
Well, hold on. How would he feel if I was smashing his mama?
Well, I don't know. We can't. I mean, how you gonna ask that perspective? We gotta get your perspective. I don't know.
But no, that's the end of that friendship right there.
Okay, so end of the friendship. Alona Boo just said no and shook her head.
Boundaries. No.
There you go.
Okay.
It's like my, you know, saying my girlfriend smashing my daddy. Like the fuck? Like no.
And then come back and talk to you, girl. I was your daddy last night, boy. He still got it.
No.
He still got it.
And then on top of that, what if they want to talk to you about, man, this is girl, she's getting on my nerves, da 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 da.
Let's talk about your mother, yeah.
But it's like, oh no. That's the end of that.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not okay. That's not okay.
That's not okay. All right. How so as far as marriage, and both of you either have been married or married, what if your marital spouse, so this is for everybody out there, audience too, y'all can answer this question in the comments. What if your marital spouse does not want to do the things that satisfy you most in the bedroom?
Ooh, man. We're going to have a long talk about figuring out what to come up with.
Y'all married now, so it ain't no pre-discussion.
But
You
we're
in
going
it
to have
now.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is we're going to have come up with an agreement on some things we can and some things we can't. Because that's a tough one there.
That's a tough one because
let's dig into it real quick.
Okay.
Is there a psychological reason why you don't want to do it? Because something trauma from your childhood or previous relationship, then okay, let's talk about it. But if it's just because you just don't want to try it, I'm like, yeah, okay. We're going to have to go get some professional help or something. We got to do something about this.
Yeah, we're going to do something. Because to do nothing is not an option.
Yeah.
Is there a way to proceed even if that longing you have never changes? Like even if they try to say, well, I don't really want to do it, but you still have the longing for that thing. How do you proceed? Is that a divorceable offense?
No,
it's not for me.
No.
It's really kind of hard to speak to that perspective because I just don't have that issue. So I'm trying to put myself like in that space, like, knowing what I like. And then if that person is not willing to do that, like, how could I continue? Like, what if they're not willing to really talk about it? Like, what if they're not willing to go to counseling or seek professional help for us? What if they're not willing to compromise? At that point, I feel like we got what's it called? Irreconcilable differences.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at that point, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's going to take two. It's going to take both of us working on this thing. And so you got to give and you got to take. You know what I'm saying? It's, it's a give and take the whole time that you're in the relationship. I'm not going to get my way 100% of the time. You're not going to get your way 100% of the time. So if you're also not willing to bend at all, if you're not willing to compromise at all, like, I might have to exit stage left.
Okay.
Because I'm just not gonna be unhappy. Like I know we took some vows before God and all this good stuff. But I'm gonna have to sit down with God and have a serious talk. Because like I can't, we're talking, decades and stuff like that. And if it's something that is really a desire of mine and you're not even willing to come to the table, to talk about it or to compromise, like I said, then we just might not be meant for each other.
Yeah. Okay. I have one other thing. This is and this is my last question. And we're gonna wrap it up. But before I ask this question, I want to preface it with something. And it's a clip that actually I got from that saying. So while everybody else was raising up hell and hoopla about what Jada said, there was something that was said during this clip that I thought was something that was a little bit more interesting, that dealt with social media influencers and women growing up as girls growing up today in today's time. So here's a little clip. Take a listen.
I don't know. I feel like we're living in such a weird time because we're making all these incredible advancements and then we're going backwards and all these other. And that really disturbs me that young girls, you can see it on Instagram.
Oh, like, absolutely.
What is this pose? Yeah. Like, why are you, what is that?
Right.
And it's because that's what they think is like the metric of success, right? Like someone wants to,
Right.
I'm cursing too much.
So my question, after seeing that, what is the metric of success today for women and girls, particularly influencers?
Well, the metric of success right now is, especially with all the social media, is likes and followers. It basically boils down to how many thousands of people like your photo or your video, and then how many followers you got on Instagram or Twitter or, whatever other, platform that you want to use. That's basically where the world is right now.
Likes,
you're considered influencers. It's all about the likes.
It's likes, follows, comments, and shares.
That's all it is. It ain't about substance at all. You know what I'm saying? It's all surface level fantasy, like creating the whole like this image of, you know, like, oh, my body's perfect. Oh, my life is so perfect. My life is a movie, you know, like just it's your highlight reel. But that's really all social media is, just your highlight reel. Because who's really posting, oh, I feel depressed today. I couldn't even get out of bed. I ain't even wash my ass today. Like who really gonna post that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just, it ain't nothing but your highlight reel. And then your success is wrapped up around, and you know, in these young girls' heads, it's wrapped up around, well, how many likes did I get? And if they don't get enough likes, and they gotta go, well, let me pull my skirt up a little bit, let me bend over a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about that, and it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much more that we have to offer, but it's all visual right now.
Yeah,
that's all people want to see.
Yeah, and what resonated me with that particular part of it, I just turned 37 on this past Monday, and one of the things that happened yesterday was I went out to dinner for my New York friends. So I was in Atlanta for my birthday on Monday, Magic City Mondays. It was lit. It was crazy. Then flew back to New York, and I did dinner with my New York folks, and then today I'm in the DR. But before I came to the DR, somebody mentioned at dinner about getting a photo, like, oh, we should get a photo of this moment, you know, because it's like all these people were in the room. And it's like, yeah, let's take a picture so you can see who came for your birthday. And I said in that moment, you know, it's funny, I love to have the picture. I'm so glad they thought of it, but I really don't post pictures like that. Like, I don't post all my highlights, basically. Like, a lot of my highlights, nobody really knows. Like,
yeah.
And I was just sitting there thinking, like, because there's somebody else in the room who's going to be going to the DR soon, and they put out publicly that they were going to the DR, and I thought that was crazy. I was like, damn, they're gonna put that out like that, but that's what they want to do. That's what they wanted out there, that they were headed. And I didn't tell nobody. I ain't told nobody until I was here. And usually the way I am, you won't even know I went until I came back.
Until I come back, exactly.
So I'll be back, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I went to Panama, or this other place, that other place. And they're like, well, you ain't got no pictures. And somebody said it didn't happen if you ain't posted, or something like that. It didn't happen if you ain't posted. I said to myself, well, if you want to believe, if that's the perception you want to roll with, and you want to believe that, then go with it. But I thought it was interesting because it seems like there's this high metric of what Alona said, posting your highlights. And Gwyneth said being fuckable. I said, whoa, they had to blur out.
Yeah.
Being fuckable. Like, and I thought to myself, why has that become the metric of success? You know, I look at the fact that I got my credit good. I'm able to travel for cheap and efficiently. I have a good job. I have, you know, it's like these things are like,
I know.
That's
more
success.
metrics of success.
That's success.
Yeah. So it's just interesting to me that it became what Buddy and Alona said was the likes. What'd you say, Buddy? Give us a list.
Likes, shares, follows, and comments.
Right. And that's unfortunate because most of that stuff don't have nothing to do with who you are.
Right.
No, and a lot of them people, you know what I'm saying, like in real life, they get to the point where they're so wrapped up in it that they can't differentiate between my real life and reality and who's really my friend or who's really just here because, you know, because I get so many likes or because, you know, or because I'm popping and I'm an influencer. So then you get people in your circle that's really not for you. They just hit around your coattails. You know what I'm saying? So, and then a lot of them are really low key, like depressed because it's all this pressure, you know what I'm saying, to I gotta stay looking perfect. I can't eat this, I can't eat that. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know, do this and do that. And it's a lot of pressure that they kind of put on themselves a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so because you want to be, you know, you want to be a celebrity, you want to be famous, you want to be all that. Like, famous people will tell you, like, being famous can suck.
Yeah.
You can't do something simple like go to Target. You know what I'm saying? Without somebody up in your face trying to get a picture or something like that. Like, I always say, you can keep the fame, you can give me the fortune, but you can keep the fame. Like, ain't nobody
I'll take the wealth and the wisdom.
Yeah, you ain't nobody ever got to know Alona Boo. Ain't nobody ever got to know who the fuck I am. But as long as my bills is paid, I can travel when the fuck I want to. I don't owe nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, that's all the shit that's important to me. That's success. My credit score high. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna post that. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of thieves out there. I can't post that.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, but I just think it's truly unfortunate that this is the environment that the younger generation is kind of growing up into, that their life is worthless unless they get a lot of likes and follow.
And I think part of it's fueled by the parents, right, who are doing everything for their kids, but letting them be who they are, or letting them discover these things. They're trying to protect them from everything, and then it's funneled down or supported by the culture of other posters, the other influencers who are doing these same exact things, who are now the trailblazers or the leaders in said areas that you now follow to do the same thing.
Right.
And so I think there's a big issue there that the metric of success has become something so meaningless. And it should be, at this point in time in 2021, going into 2022, something a little bit more meaningful. And I think that's the thing that we really should be pushing forward. And one of the things I will say on a positive note, of all the discussion topics that we've had, richer than I've ever been with Rick Ross, Insecure's episode. I forgot. Did y'all catch the title? Episode number 2. I had it written down. It was maybe Growth or something like that.
It was like Growth.
Yeah, but Growth really or something like that.
Yeah, like Growth.
But the thing is that what happened in the episode and what happened in the Red Table Talk, to me, there's some synergy there, and even that self-reflective nature. Am I being accountable? Right? Insecure with Molly, holding herself accountable. Like she had to reflect over. They literally did like a flashback montage of all the men she's dated through the seasons.
Yep.
And she had to say to herself, "Wow, wait a minute, I gotta hold myself accountable." And I think that's what you're seeing now with Gwyneth Paltrow and Jada and all them at the Red Table, is this idea that we now have to hold ourselves accountable. We can no longer say this was done to me without me having some input. Exactly. We have to be willing to have a piece of input in this thing, even if it was something that was out of our control. We need to be able to say, where was I there?
Yeah.
Versus I was just the damsel just got done to. Like, where was I in this at all?
Yeah.
And where was I if I was in this? And I think that's the thing that, you know, is very interesting to see. And I'm happy to see it, but I'm not sure if the kids are going to be able to capture it and utilize it in their growth. I don't know, but we'll see. Hopefully, self-accountability becomes a bigger point of discussion through not just the narrative work that we're seeing, but the table talk, the real life stuff too.
Right.
You know, maybe Jada got to get the likes and subscribes so you can see something real.
Yeah,
maybe
that's true.
Yeah. Oof. Man, we got too many feelings, y'all. There's way too many feelings about this. Listen, how y'all? Everybody, hearts and minds clear, buddy. You got nothing to say? Doc, you good?
Hey, everything's been said. The title of the episode was called "Growth Okay."
Oh, Growth Okay. I know it was Growth really go okay. Growth Okay. Yeah.
But
yes.
I mean, that in itself tells a lot. I mean, they're reflecting, you know, in Insecure, they were looking back, and then I hope that they, as they look forward, they start seeing where they have grown from that insecure person to the growth and get that confidence. You know, I hope they can reflect back and look or accept, you know, it's like, hey, things are not going to turn out the way I want them to, but things will turn out how they're supposed to.
That's right. That's right.
And if more people can accept that, it'll make life a whole lot easier and put a lot less stress on yourself. I mean, yeah, you know, people can say, I plan to do this, but it may not be in your cards to do that at the time you say. But
yeah,
not saying that you can't. I mean, look, we've traded places. I went from being out of town to now in town, and now you're out of town.
Yep.
It happened the way it was supposed to. Next time, Alona Boo is going to be the one out.
Yeah.
Well, listen, send us a message. Put it in the description below or text us, whatever. We're on IG, Facebook, in YouTube. Make sure you send us a message. Let us know what you think about Jada Pinkett, Rick Ross, all the situations Insecure we talked about today. We love to have a little dialogue in the text. This has been a good one. I've been here with.
Hey, it's your girl Alona Boo.
And
it's the international doctor, Dr. Buddy Lee.
Check his credentials. You better check his credentials, boy.
oh, you can check my passport for that.
Hey.
Oh, I hear you. Listen, I'm yours truly, T Staples. Make sure you catch us next time when we have too many feelings. Peace.